Hey guys, wanted to give an update. It is Tuesday, June 24th, and I just wanted to say that we survived sleep training. Yeah? He's got a little crinkle book he keeps staring at. Is this what you're looking at? But yeah, we survived sleep training. Just trying to get comfortable. So we did do, as a recap, if you watched the previous video, I kind of go over what we did, but quick recap, we did a cry it out method. You could also call it the chair method because we didn't just leave him in the room to cry alone. My husband did stay in the room with him every single night until he fell asleep. We just didn't interfere with him while he cried because every time my husband did, he would cry harder and get more upset. So, which is kind of like Ferber, which is where you kind of do check-ins and stuff. It made our baby so angry. So we just did cry it out. Husband stayed in the room, didn't interact unless something happened or it was urgent or he puked or anything happened, or if he was just getting too hysterical, then my husband would be there to take him. So he was pretty much there as a precautionary. So anyway, first couple days are rough. I think the last video, I think we were only like 2 days in. We are 8 days into sleep training, and I would say by like the second or third night, I was like, I don't know if this is gonna get better. We made it to the light at the end of the tunnel. The first 3 days were kind of rough. He never cried more than an hour, thankfully. I think the longest he cried was 45 minutes, and I think that was pretty much just due because he had a sleep sack on, and because he was crying, he worked himself up so much that he got hot and he was just more uncomfortable, so we eventually had to intervene and take off the sleep sack. So he felt better, but he also got upset because when we would intervene while he cried, he would get more mad because he was like teasing him. So anyway, that was like the longest cry he had. But by like day 4, it was 18 minutes, and then after that it was like 10, and then we had like 2 nights where he didn't cry at all. He just went straight to sleep after my husband laid him down. And then yesterday it was like 5 minutes, which I hear is very normal for no matter how you sleep train your baby. It is very normal for your baby to still be fussy for anywhere between like 5 and 10 minutes when you lay him down, but that's just them protesting not wanting to sleep. So like last night he was fussy. He cried for maybe a minute, and the rest was just him being fussy, not wanting to go to bed. But I think we've made it. Like, he has gone to sleep. He only woke up for feedings maybe the first 3 or 4 nights. Now, I never not fed him. If he was hungry, I would feed him. I would never starve him. But the last like 4 or 5 nights, he is not waking up to eat. Like, he wakes up in a light sleep where he kind of like whimpers in his sleep and kind of cries in his sleep, but he never actually wakes up to eat. So, he's been really good, and he's like kind of sitting up. As you can see, I'm not like holding him. He is a little supported by my legs, but he's doing great, and I think we've come out on the other end of this. So, not saying that this is a permanent fix. If you are going to start sleep training or are in the thick of it like I was last week, just know they can always regress back into needing to be re-sleep trained. I hear when they're sick it can be pretty bad. So as of right now, I'm going to enjoy it and just kind of take it as a win. I also wanted to kind of give like a recap of our 4-month sleep regression with Marcelo, which kind of led to the sleep training. And like I explained in the previous video, it's not really a regression, it's a progression, because they're developing, and that's their brain is developing in a way as to why it doesn't let them sleep easily anymore. But you can look at that other video or look up the research yourself to explain why it's considered that. But we had maybe about 5 or 6 months. Oh my goodness, 5 or 6 weeks where Marcelo just did not sleep well. He did not want to nap. He was fighting naps. And when I mean fighting naps, I don't mean like he didn't want to go to sleep. I meant fighting naps as in this boy was fighting me. Like he was screaming and kicking, and it was insane. And it was rough. But I think we got through it. He does not give as many sleepy cues as he used to prior to being 4 months. It's either he's in a good mood and then he's in a bad mood. So it's like kind of hard to determine whether he's overtired or just starting to get tired. But he did really well. He's in his own crib at night. He's been taking naps in his crib since about 3 months old. He doesn't fall asleep independently for those. I do rock him to sleep, or whatever needs to be done for him to go to sleep for his naps. But he does pretty good now. And I think we've made progress. Look, your little soft spot is pulsating. Gross. But I'm very proud of him. And like I said, if you are looking to sleep training, there are so many different methods. You don't have to do cry it out. Crying it out was just what worked best for us and for Marcelo, because anything else that was gentler just made him more mad. So I think it was just something where we had to rip it off like a band-aid. Just, it's gonna suck, and it was gonna suck, but it was probably gonna be the fastest thing. So that's just what we did. But he's good now, and he doesn't hate me. He still gets really excited to see me. He wakes up really happy. So again, I'm gonna take my wins. I also want to say that I think I have officially decided, I don't want to say officially because I'm still going back and forth on it, but I think I may stop pumping at 9 months. I want to lose weight. I have lost all my pregnancy weight, so I do weigh exactly the same amount as I did when I got pregnant. But I think I'm just ready to kind of work on myself a little bit, especially now that he sleeps at night and he sleeps through a majority of the night. I feel like I can take the evenings for myself, and I don't work. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I won't be able to go to the gym. Not that my husband wouldn't pay for it for me, it's just that we have other bills as a priority, so a gym is not really an option on the table right now with our finances. But I do have a treadmill in the basement, and I'm thinking of getting into running. But even though I think running is like a cheap sport, I'm not running outside. I'm not an outside person, at least not in the summer. But I have a treadmill, so I might work on that. But we'll see. I might start running within the next couple weeks, but I gotta get running shoes and all that. It's been a long time since I've gotten a pair. But we are doing good, and Marcelo turns 5 months this Saturday. And guess what? We're not gonna be home for it. We're not. Where are we gonna be? We're gonna be in Iowa. We're gonna be visiting my brother and sister-in-law and his cousins, our little tiny nieces, who are relatively very close in age to him. So they're gonna be the first cousins in our families that are gonna kind of grow up together. So we're kind of excited, and Mom is a little nervous because it's gonna be our first road trip. It's not a huge road trip. It's about 4 hours, but I think anything more than an hour with an infant's a little nerve-wracking. I don't think I've gone anywhere more than an hour away with him. So wish us luck. I hope it goes well. So maybe I'll have footage of us in Iowa. I won't have anything of my brother and sister-in-law and their kids because they don't put them on the internet really at all, and I 110% respect that. So if I do put anything, it might just be us. So there's that. But I'm excited. The summer's here. It is almost the 4th of July, and we just had a major heat wave for 3 days. It was like in the 90s, which I know people in the South are like, oh, that's not much. The thing is, here in Wisconsin, when it's in the 90s, the humidity's up. So the whole forecast was like, feels 95, feels like 110. And I was like that for days. You would never see me in Florida. You would never see me in Florida. If you guys love Florida, good for you guys, but I think I'm gonna stay where it snows. But say hi, Marcelo. He's growing his hair. Look, guys, he has hair. Oh yeah. So it is the next day, and I have Marcelo on his playmat because, well, he's on it at least once a day. But we are almost 2 days in with no poop. Which I know this can be kind of normal with, like, they say formula babies, and then they say breast milk babies. And he's combo fed, so at this point it doesn't matter to me. It's just that he hasn't pooped. And for me, it's just weird because I know what his normal is, and his normal is usually 1 to 2 poops every single day, right? Yeah. So I gave him gas drops after his first bottle this morning. He had his second bottle, and I gave him grape water. Not a whole lot. Just a little bit. And I've been moving his legs around and doing bicycles and massaging his belly and letting him play on his play mat and kick around and see if maybe some activity will help. So far, still no poop. Since we are going out of town this weekend, it's Wednesday. We're leaving Friday morning. If I don't have a poop by 3 or 4 o'clock today, I am going to message his pediatrician and see what I can do. Because if he isn't pooping by Friday, then we're probably going to have to do something while we're out of state. So, yeah. Wish us luck. I'm praying for a big old nasty poo by the end of the day. So, 3 feeds later, he went. He finally went. And, so, he went. I'm happy. But this was the clothes he was gonna wear to church tonight, so he's probably gonna need a bath. But it worked. It worked. I ended up giving him gripe water and like gas drops twice. And I made sure his bottles were a little extra warm, not hot. I'm just glad he pooped. Oh man.
Oh, my baby.
What are you doing? You have too much energy. Marcelo, mira. Turn around. Turn around. Quah. Boy. Turn around. I'm trying to talk to you. What are you doing? Goofy. You just don't stay still. You don't stay still. What are you doing? Goofy. Goofy. So, guess who did not film anything in Iowa at all? Me. I think it kind of worked out because I really didn't want to respect the privacy of my sister-in-law and her kids. And to be honest, it's where we were majority of the time. We did get into a hotel, but there was no time to film anything. By the time we got there, we put Marcelo down right away. We went to sleep. We woke up in the morning. We got ready, showered, and then we would leave to my in-laws' house, brother and sister-in-law's house. And we hung out there the whole day. So there really wasn't anything to film other than maybe like the travel. I could have filmed while we were driving, but I didn't. I don't know. There really wasn't that exciting. And I guess like traveling with him wasn't that bad. Like Marcelo did really good. He's choking. He did really good on the road trip. I think once we hit closer to like the 5-hour mark, he was getting a little fussy. It is like a 4.5 hour drive from here to where my in-laws live. But with the baby, it kind of turned more into like a 6-hour trip. So by like the 5-hour mark, he was kind of like, eh. He mostly slept, and then I tried to keep him entertained with like toys and stuff. On the way back, I did give in and I let him watch Elmo for like a half hour on my phone. So I try not to give him too much screen time, which is kind of stupid because like he's watching Miss Rachel right now. He's like on a Sesame Street kick at the moment, which like that's kind of his thing. And I let him do that, and I think it's just because he's so aware. He gets so bored so easily that like I really don't know how to keep him entertained. Like we go from station to station. Like we're on his play mat, we go to his bouncer, we go to his swing, we play with toys. I try like holding him and like bouncing him around, and I'll sit him on the couch and talk to him, and I'll lay him on it because I have a nursing pillow, but I don't use it for nursing obviously, but I have him sit in it and I'll like talk to him. If it's not too hot, I'll walk around the house outside. But he just gets so bored. But he's watching Miss Rachel right now. I'm making myself lunch, which is just like a spatula. I have a tortilla, but then it's just eggs, hot dogs, and a flour tortilla, which we normally don't have flour. We normally eat corn, but I'll use what I have. And the other thing is Marcelo is teething officially. How I know? I stuck my finger in his mouth. And he has 2 of his lower front teeth growing in. I think the corners, like the outer corners of each side, have broke through. The rest are still coming through. Honestly, I didn't know he was teething. Like I knew he was like drooling and stuff, but like his drooling has significantly dropped like the last like 2 weeks or so. So I'm like, okay, maybe drooling was just a phase. He's really not that fussy. Like, yeah, he gets bored and he's a little fussy, but he's not like what I thought a teething baby would be. I thought it'd be a lot more crying and screaming. I did see that some people said like the younger they are, the less reactive they are to it. Like it's the more older they get, more aware, more irritable they become with it. But anyway, I'm going to give him his first breast milk bottle, little pop. So I got this little freeze pop maker at Target. It's like the Munchkin brand. So it's usually for like purees or if you want to put like frozen fruit in here. I use it for breast milk because I'm making little breast milk pops because he hasn't tried anything outside of breast milk yet. So it's frozen. It's got like a little popsicle stick in there that he can gnaw on. I'm just leaving it out for a couple minutes so it's not like freezing cold in his mouth. I don't want to get like brain freeze or anything. I want it to be like softened just a little bit when he puts it in his mouth so he knows what it is. But we'll see how he takes it. So. Do you like it? I think it's a success. I think he likes it. I think he's still trying to figure out what it is, but I think he likes it. You like it? Okay. Say hi. Happy 4th of July, Marcelo. Don't fall. I'm gonna let go for like 2 seconds. Don't fall. Don't fall. Bruh. Oh my goodness. I'm scared to let go. Oh. Good job. Good job, Papa. Marcelo. Hi, Papa. It's empty, Papa. No, you drank it all. Bro, what are you doing? Goofy. Okay. No más. What are you doing?